Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. It is indeed a brand new day, and hokey smokes, I have done a fair amount without actually doing a whole lot. I spent some time this morning dealing with my case managers and such, trying to figure out why I have a $92 increase in my rent. And it ended up with, after a bunch of running around and grabbing stuff in here and dragging it back into there, they've sent off some email stuff. So who knows? I mean, in the end, my rent just goes up to a grand total of $500. And that's not horrible. I mean, I even tell them in there that it's, even if, well, it's all perfectly normal, $500 for rent. I mean, tiny little place, but it's better than living out on the street. So I'm not going to complain too loudly. I will complain. I'm a human being, but you know, that's the way that is. So I'm trying to remember the one big thing that I wanted to talk about. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk about this other thing instead. Well, I got that up there, so I'm going to talk about this before I forget it again. I put down the stats for the Geekom all-in-one computer, mini desk computer, yesterday underneath the video that I had in a comment. Oh my God, I can speak English, I promise you. I had all the stats on it. Thing is, I'm not married to the idea of getting an all-in-one. The only reason that I say an all-in-one is because I'm not really capable of putting them together anymore. If I get all the pieces and then have to put it together, I might as well not order it. I can't do it. I am behind on the tech enough that I don't know how to put it all together. I don't know how to troubleshoot. My information that I have is all 15, 20 years out of date. It's been quite some time since I've had any real knowledge. So if I get all the parts, again, I might as well just take them and throw them into the trash, because if I have to put them together, they're just not going to work. They're going to be broken, and I'm not going to be able to troubleshoot it. Now, if I had somebody I knew that I could talk to, and, you know, family or wise or such, to put it together, that'd be one thing. But I don't. The last time that I talked to the one person that I know of in my extended family in this area is no. That's why my one desktop computer is sitting unworking in my storage unit, because I had to upgrade it. I don't know if the motherboard's broken or if it's fine. I don't know if the chipper is broken or if it's fine. I have no clue. I had to put it together and I can't troubleshoot it. I simply do not have the information or knowledge. And with my ADHD, oy vey. So I'm not married to the idea of getting an all-in-one. It's just that if I get it in parts, I can't put it together. And I don't know who to get to put it together. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm facing a brick wall. There are a couple places in town that do computer repair. I'd have to ask them if they could put it together for me. That's an idea, but that's also probably a couple of $100 on top of how much I will have already spent. So I have no ideas right now. Again, the main reason I've been saying all-in-one is because I do not have the mental or physical knowledge or know-how to be able to put it together or fix anything myself. Not anymore. And as shaky as my hands are with my nerve compression and all that, I can't do the delicate stuff necessary. It sucks. I hate having nerve compression. But yeah, that's the only reason I've been talking about all-in-ones. If I call around and someone will say they'll put it together and it won't cost too many hundreds, then yeah, I could start, you know, kind of pricing for things and then drag it all in and say, can you put it together? And then if you need any parts, just order them. Because otherwise, again, if I have to do it myself, it's, you know, I might as well just take the money and burn it. Or when I get all the parts, just smash them with a hammer and throw them away right there, because I can't do it myself. That sucks. I hate getting older in this fashion. I hate having nerve compression. I hate having such shaky hands. I have had shaky hands since, even in high school, I was having to try and draw within shakes to make lines along like that. So I have always had a shake. But yeah, that's the only reason that I've been looking for and pricing all-in-ones. So yeah, thumbs up for that. The other thing that I did want to talk about that's up on my computer monitor right now is I was watching a channel. I still find it a little bit too edgelordy periodically, but it's something called Stoic Stick. And it's presented, and this is why I like it as much as I do, it is presented thoroughly straight, completely serious, deadpan. If you aren't paying attention, you might get sucked in. But I started watching this one video which got me interested because I was just going through the homepage on YouTube, and there was a Stoic Stick, 8 reasons you don't exist. And then the 8 reasons were just things like penguins. Penguins are ridiculous. Do you really believe that there is such a thing as penguins? Obviously, this is a simulation. And then just stuff like that were played absolutely deadpan serious, but absolutely not. So click. Absolutely not serious. So if you look up Stoic Stick, it's got like a ancient Greek statue face on top of a stick figure body, and does stuff there. Again, very, very good in that it's played straight and deadpan. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful because of that. And ADHD, speaking of things that are beautiful, I have mentioned before that there is this one channel called BurialGoods that I absolutely love. I got involved with one video that is the gold standard for BurialGoods videos, where it was an actual cartoon, but they were deep frying the picture in the first part of it, where the man and a woman at a grocery store, the woman asks the man, "Are we in hell?" And he says, "In what fashion?" And she replies, "In that this moment is eternal and painful." To which he replies, "In hell there is relief in helplessness. Here there are consequences for ourselves and others for all of our actions." To which she replies, "Truly, it is worse." The title of that video is named "The Gates of Hell Are Locked from the Inside." And it took me a couple days to figure this out. And I talked about this one before, but it's, yeah, the gates of hell are locked from the inside to keep the living out. Because there is relief in helplessness. Whereas here, there are consequences for ourselves and others for all of our actions. They have to keep the living out. And so that was pretty dark, especially since once they hit the end, where she said truly it's worse, started deep frying the meme and then playing this voice from a movie of a person saying, you know, "I believe in filth and violence, I believe in slime and injustice, I believe in you." And it was beautiful, absolutely a work of art. Now, when you're faced with doing something that really gets everyone's attention, you can either try and chase that or keep doing what you've been doing. BurialGoods has largely just done what they've always been doing. weird meme after weird thing. For a time, there was, just to introduce people to black metal, BurialGoods was bringing in, unfortunately, AI created genres of black metal, but it was to play these types of genres and not get copyright struck. So unfortunately AI versions but went through and would go, these are the different types of black metal, and then play the different types and bit of information. And then another time it was just like a deep fried picture of a goat licking a cliff face with minerals. But it's not all grim and dark. There is one series of memes, and if you're young, of course you've seen these, but I'm talking to people that might not ever watch this, where they have never seen this thing. Where there's a meme thing where there's this one person standing in a corner generally talking about they don't know. And then there's party goers either blithely showing that they don't know what this person in the corner thinks, or saying something that proves they are completely wrong in what they believe. And in this one, there is a pile of dust. And it's saying something along the lines of, they don't know that everything we do turns to dust. Which is true. Everything we do means nothing. In time, there will be no indication that we ever lived. But instead of just the a couple here and a couple here, instead of them just saying blithe things to refute what the other says, they just say, we know, and still we love. And the other couple just says, and still we dance. And then after that, there's a picture of the moon that's been there. And then there is a silhouetted couple that's just, dancing in front of the moon. And it has this really nice music. And it's like, yeah, everything we do turns to dust. Everything we do means nothing. And yet, we love. And yet, we dance. Part of living is simply spitting in the face of death, knowing that we are all going to die. Thus, the old t-shirt that people back in the 40s, 50s, 60s used to wear, born to die, on their t-shirt. Because, yeah, we all are. That is our endless, that is our eventual fate. Death for all of us. But still, we love. And still, we dance. Thumbs up for that. Which, on another level, I've mentioned before, I am a nihilist. It's the only thing that actually kept me alive after the death of my wife. Only the constant reminder that nothing matters. Nothing matters. Kept me alive for a very long time. Try to remember where I was going with that now. I remember it was with the live, laugh, love sort of thing, but now I can't remember where I was going. But it was a sort of agreement with the, you spit, oh yes, with the nihilism. I eventually came to be a positive nihilist. Boy, that was hard to say, my sincere apologies. I eventually turned into a positive nihilist. Yes, nothing matters. Nothing that we as people or anybody else on this planet, nothing that any living creature does on this planet matters. Except for how we treat each other. The things we make, that's not important. They fade. They fall apart. They vanish. But how we treat each other resonates through generations. The things we make is just stuff. And stuff doesn't experience life. We do. So thumbs up. Also, there was another person that was talking about nihilism that said, and I'm not one of those, nothing matters, so everything matters nihilists. And it's like, I'm close to that. I'm close to that. That's one of the reasons that I really like that, what's his name from the first Incredibles movie, who was like, if everyone's special, no one is special, because that applies so much in the world. Oh my God, it's just a perfect thing. It's like if you're trying to filter for danger, you have to put a threshold on it, because if everything is dangerous, then nothing is dangerous, because it's all equally dangerous. You have to have a threshold so you can focus in on threats. I love that whole statement. Sometimes that there are phrases that are just resonantly true, like out of that one Batman movie. Some paraphrased, some people just want to see the world burn. It's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to talk with some people. They are diametrically opposed to your view, and that's their values. So, yeah, I think that's a good way to look at that. But trying to remember where I was going with that. But it was like, I love the phrasing, but now I can't remember where I was going with it. I do so love having ADHD, where I can forget what I am talking about as I am talking about it. Sometimes it's so painful it feels like someone's grabbing a hold of my brain and pulling on it like this, and I can feel it stretching and then poink, and then it's gone. That's fun too. Past that, there are still a couple things that I've been trying to do in my head, because I want to very soon show the new hybrid type of adventuring that I want to do with the For Against Darkness characters. I want to use a different form of generation. I've been thinking about this quite a bit, because I like the room generation and dungeon generation from NoteQuest. I really like that a lot. But I do like the random way of like For Against Darkness does, with the individual weird room shapes and all. But I also like those cards that I've got, and I'm going to be using those for a 2-level dungeon against a boss. It's all good stuff, and I want to have there's a lot of different books that cover different types of dungeon generation, that cover traps, treasures, monsters, all sorts of things. There's a YouTube channel, Willona's Cave, and I think the guy's name is Moses, something like that. But he's been putting out a couple books where I've picked up one of them. What was it, month and a half? I picked up the book. Can't remember when it was, but it was one of the first ones that he did, where it's dungeon generation and the things that you can find in dungeons. Really good book. If you're even slightly interested in solo RPG stuff, there are a fair number of good channels. You really have to... Subscriber count doesn't mean anything anymore. You have to look at view count, so don't look at the view count of my videos. But a good channel for solo RPG stuff, a lot of them are like only 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and some of them only get a few number of views, like only a couple hundred. Some of the videos they make will come up with a couple thousand views. So it's very niche, which is also pronounced niche, but it's all very niche. But it is out there, and there's good stuff. So hey, what do you say? I'm 19 minutes and change. I haven't yammered actually about any of the things I wanted to talk about, creative and RPG wise. I've just talked around them, and that's okay. I do have a GoFundMe, if you could check that out. I have got to go and talk to my bank. I sent along another thing because GoFundMe has done a change for a lot of people. I read, and one of the things is I'm one of those that got hit. All of my donations have been suspended until I can get them another copy of my bank statement. I sent them an electronic version of it, but remember when I said somebody sent a $270 donation? Yeah, that's been suspended until they get the information they want. So hopefully the thing I've sent works. If not, I'm going to have to, boy, I don't know how to get what they want otherwise, but we shall see what we shall see, so thumbs up on that. But as it is, on paper I got a $270 donation. IRL, no. So we'll see how that works. But I do have a GoFundMe down there, and if you can check that out, that'd be awesome. Hopefully by the time that you see this, it'll be all cleared up. But it takes 1 or 2 days before I'm going to be able to see whether the form I've submitted is what they want. Lovely. Anyway, though, thumbs up and thank you. If you are a Patreon patron, thank you so much. You are beautiful and awesome people. Beautiful and awesome. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And when I'm talking about the beautiful and awesome people here, you are beautiful and awesome physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Thumbs up and thank you. For everybody that writes and leaves me a comment, thumbs up and thank you so much. It is appreciated. I wish I could answer more than I actually do. I suppose if you have watched this far, if you could write Valley Spring. Ooh, let's shake this up a little and put it backwards. Valley Spring in the comments to, well, in my case, to Farm for Engagement, but in your case, to actually engage with the algorithm and let me as well know that you watched this far. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, hey, I'm going to edit, render, upload. It is almost 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Hoy, I want to go out for another walkies, but that'll be later because my heel, not as bad as it has been, but it had been getting better, and that kind of suspended. And then last night I went to bed, and while it wasn't as bad as it was like 2 or 3 nights ago, I did not sleep well at all from pain-related insomnia. So, yay. Hopefully, though, you can get done what you would like to get done today. That would be awesome. If not, please do not beat yourself up. That does not help. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. I don't know how to mime having an X actually buried in my chest. Well, I was trying to mime just about being at... I was miming someone just about to be murdered by a heavy fire axe. Which would be a terrible way to die, but at least it would be kind of quick, I imagine. I mean, a few good chops into your chest with the spiky end of a fire axe. I don't think it'll last long. Anyway, though, you take care on that great note. Welcome to Halloween month. Coming up, anyway. Not yet here. September 30th, and here I am talking about being murdered with a fire axe. Being murdered with a fire axe. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.